Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to learn about some Android Studio tips and how they could be useful for you when we start writing code. So in the previous tutorial we have gone through the interface of the Android Studio IDE, and in this tutorial we are going to discuss some tips which are going to prove helpful for you so that you could program more efficiently. So the first thing which I need to discuss with you is that there are a number of shortcut keys available for you so as to use the Android Studio IDE. So if you want to know all the shortcuts for this, you could simply go on help and you could click on default key map preferences. So if you click on it, you are going to get a list of all the possible shortcut keys which we are going to require to use the Android Studio IDE more efficiently. So what I recommend is that you just simply print out this thing and you could just use them when you are developing the Android applications. Now in these tutorials I'm not going to be using this shortcut keys, and that is because if I'll be using the shortcut keys then it would be difficult for you to recognize what I have done. So this key map preferences are usually available in a PDF format, so you could easily print them out and you could just have the copy all the times with you so as to increase your productivity and efficiency while writing the code. So make sure that you print it out and always have a copy with you. Now one more thing which I wanted to mention is that you could also change the theme for your Android Studio application. So for example, if you want a darker theme for the layout of the Android Studio IDE, then you could change it. So now in order to change it, just simply go on File, then go to Settings, and in the settings under the appearance and behavior you simply click the appearance option and it is going to display the theme for you. Now there are three themes available. The current theme which you are using is IntelliJ, and I recommend the IntelliJ theme, and that is because it is a more lighter theme. Now if you want a darker theme, then Darkula is a theme which you could use, and the Windows theme is much more basic as compared to the IntelliJ. So depending upon your preference you could select the theme. So for example, if you want a theme in which you have a darker background, so you could use the Darkula, but I'm going to stay with IntelliJ as it is more clear and easy to understand. So once you have finished selecting your theme, you could just click on apply and you could click OK. So your selected theme should be loaded up by the Android IDE by now. Now one more thing which I wanted to mention is that when you go into the main activity.java file, you'll see that we have some Java code right over here. Now the thing is that if we encounter some error over here, then it is going to display us the error in this console window right over here. Now it is also going to specify the line number on which we have error. So it is important for us to just kind of check on which line we have encountered an error, but the thing is that we don't have the line numbers over here. So if you want to display line numbers over here in this gutter, you simply right click on it and click on show line numbers, and it is going to show the line numbers for you so that it becomes easier for you in order to keep track of your code, and you could easily debug your code and you could just point out where your error lies. So it is especially important if you encounter an error, you could just go onto this console and you could check the line number on which you have encountered an error, and then you could modify your error and then just go ahead and run your program. So that was the thing about the line numbers. So make sure that you have line numbers enabled on your Android Studio. Now one more thing with this is that it has an option which is called as the code folding. So for example, we have this import right here and it is going to automatically fold up all the imports into one thing, and it is not going to show the entire imports. So only if you unclick this, it is going to show you all the imports. Now in order to avoid confusion, we want to turn it off. So we want to turn off the code folding. So in order to turn off the code folding, we simply go on File, click Settings, then we click this editor option, and inside the editor we have an option which is called as code folding. So we select the code folding option and we simply uncheck all these checkboxes, so it is not going to fold any of the code for us, and we are going to get a clear view of the code which we have written. So make sure that you uncheck all of those things and click on apply and click on OK. So as you could see, it is no longer folding our code. So that's it for this tutorial, and in the next tutorial we'll be learning how you could create your own AVD, which is nothing but the Android virtual device. So for example, if you want to set up your new Android virtual device so as to test out your application onto some new phone, so we are going to learn that, how you could do that. And in the next tutorial we are going to learn how you could actually edit and write code for the Android. So the reason I am discussing all these things before directly jumping into the code is that we need to understand these things as we are going to need them in the future, and it would be confusing for you if I explain you to them afterwards. So I thought it would be better for me to cover it right now so that in the upcoming tutorials it would be easy for you to just apply them. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.